Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jeannie, and today I wanted to talk to you about the power of introverts and why I love being an introvert, and you should too. Contrary to popular belief, introverts are not antisocial or boring. We just engage the world in a different way. We love low stimulus environments, and that's how we get our dopamine fix. Introverts are great observers. We tend to stand back from the crowd and we observe things and we notice the simple things in life. As I said, introverts need low stimulus environments where we can appreciate and observe the little things in life, such as the beauty in nature, the intricate design of a leaf or a flower. We observe nuances of human behavior more so, I believe, than an extrovert. And I won't be talking too much today about extroversion because I'm not one, and I don't pretend to know the brain or the psyche of an extrovert. So that's a very difficult, complicated ball of wax for me. Introverts get their dopamine fix from doing more solitary things such as puzzles or sitting alone or reading, gardening. I love gardening. I love just the quiet sound of nature while I'm gardening. Scooping the dirt into pots or digging through the soil. I love the feel of the dirt and the flowers and the roots, and I can appreciate what God has done in the world. The beautiful pattern of bark on a tree, the eyes of my dog, the beautiful brown eye in the fur of my dog, Clover. She's just beautiful. And I think introverts take the time to notice things like that in the world and appreciate the simple things. That's where we get our dopamine fix, from the simple things in life. As an introvert, my perfect evening would be sitting at home, getting some snacks, maybe popping some popcorn or cheese and crackers and watching a movie, or watching a National Geographic video on the Ebola virus or the migration pattern of elephants in the Serengeti. I think that's interesting and educational. Introverts don't need pomp and circumstance. They're not very, as an introvert myself, I'm not one to go to a party where there's loud music or a ton of people. If there's more than 3 people, I get a little uncomfortable when there's a lot of talking or loud noise or bright lights. I definitely don't like flashing lights. I have a seizure disorder, so that's not good for me. So thank God I'm an introvert, because I just don't know how I would move in the world. I just don't understand extroverts. I just don't get them. So introverts are selective with their activities. Introverts are selective with the people that they surround themselves with. I'm very selective of who I spend my time with. Certain people can be energy drainers to introverts. Just the constant talking, blathering. If I have something to say, like there's a purpose for what I want to say, like my videos, my purpose is to help people and maybe help people gain an understanding of themselves or each other and the world. And I don't just talk to hear myself talk or make noise. Introverts are selective with their behavior and their situations and their activities. And this is not to say that introverts are antisocial, as I said before, or lonely. I am definitely not lonely. I might be alone at times. I prefer to spend my time alone or with my family, of course, but that doesn't mean I'm lonely. Introverts are not depressed or shy. Shyness is totally different than being an introvert. I wouldn't say I'm shy. I would say I'm an introvert, and there's nothing wrong with it. And nobody should feel bad about themselves as society wants to say, hey, come on out of your shell and, get involved. Don't be such a party pooper or a wallflower. There's nothing wrong with being a wallflower. There's nothing wrong with being an introvert. We are just a special breed of people, and we don't need to change. There's nothing about us that needs to change. As an introvert myself, I tend to ponder existential concepts. Like, what is the meaning of life? Why am I here? What am I doing? We explore the freedom to make our own choices. We explore things such as life is finite and death is one per person, and that's a reality. And I do think about that sometimes, and I think a lot of introverts do. They spend a lot of time self-reflecting and thinking about Dostoevsky, who was a Russian novelist in the 1800s, wrote, "What man wants is simply independent choice, whatever that independent choice may cost and wherever it may lead." And I think that's very thought-provoking. Introverts are deep thinkers. We are very observant, and we listen to our intuition. We listen to our gut. And we take the time to listen to our gut. And throughout the many negative experiences I've had in my life, most of the time I listen to my intuition about a person, because introverts take the time to read people's behavior and their body language, whereas many other maybe extroverts wouldn't take the time to take that information in and analyze it to see where maybe what does this mean, which is to say that introverts are more self-aware, and we are very comfortable with ourselves and our thoughts. I'm not uncomfortable being alone. And as I said before, that doesn't mean we're lonely. Introverts take the time to evaluate their relationships and our own well-being. If we can read ourselves, read our body, read our mind, evaluate what we're feeling, it's better for self-care, and it's better for our relationships as a whole, because we are constantly evaluating what's good for us. What is this good? Is this situation good? Is this situation not good? Is this person toxic? Maybe not beneficial for us. So that's what introverts do. And I believe that that is a very good strength to have as an introvert, being self-aware and comfortable with ourselves. I believe that introverts are constantly learning and growing. I feel like I'm constantly learning and growing, and thus leads to self-improvement and reevaluating our circumstances. And say, hey, where can I do better with this? Where can I grow? What can I leave out? What can I add in? All these thoughts kind of swirl in our head, and which leads to growth and strength. Introverts are the best listeners that you could ever find, because we don't tend to interrupt. We don't tend to inject our own story. We can sit back and we listen to our friends and our family, and people appreciate that about us. People really appreciate having an introvert as a friend, as a coworker, as a family member, because we take the time to listen. Introverts have the focus and the concentration to listen to people. So do not be ashamed, and do not let anybody tell you that you need to be fixed because you're an introvert or labeled a wallflower or antisocial. You are definitely not. You are a very special person. Introverts are very special, and we are the deep thinkers of our time, and introverts are intuitive and creative, and that's what the world needs, more people like us. So consider yourself special if you're an introvert. Introverts know how to call bullshit on people. You know, there's been times where I've sat back and watched a room full of people and at a party or a gathering, and I watch them talk. I can listen to, part of their conversations, and some people just are so boastful and egotistical that, as an introvert, I can take all that data in and analyze it and figure out, yeah, I got your number. I'm calling bullshit. So as an introvert, you have a special talent, and don't let anybody tell you that you don't, because I feel like we have like a third eye, whatever that may mean to anybody. Introverts are special. So don't let anybody tell you that you're not, because you are. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.